Every day, millions of Americans eat meat raised on a farm, but would you eat meat that was grown in a lab?
A lab-grown beef is going to be in stores before you know it. State lawmakers want to get out ahead of it and make sure it can't be labeled meat once it's on the shelves. News 10's Cody Butler has the story.
Becomes the slippery part of the cultural perception of what the word means.
A proposed change to Michigan's food law would ban meat substitutes grown in a lab from being called meat. Neal Fortin is the director of the Institute for Food Laws at Michigan State University. He says this bill doesn't mean the word meat can't be used to describe the product in stores.
Meat has long-term use for other things besides just muscle tissue from animals. The meat of nuts, nut meat and coconut meat.
Lab-grown meat is scientifically the same as meat we would get from cows or other animals. The difference is lab-grown meat is produced from cloned cells of a cow, for example. Right now, it's not in stores because it's too expensive to produce. State Representative Bo Lefebvre, who introduced the bill, says now's the time to make the rules to protect consumers in the future.
We just want consumers to have the knowledge of what they're purchasing. And, nobody would expect that when they buy chicken right now that it would be some sort of lab science project.
Fortin says companies working on these so-called meat substitutes likely won't have a problem adding labels when they are ready to hit the stores.
They want to market it as being different. They don't want to market it as being traditional slaughtered meat. That's part of their marketing.
Lefebvre's proposal doesn't include what the lab-grown meat should be called. He's leaving that up to the marketing teams at the companies making it. Neal says if they do add words like synthetic meat, they will likely be okay since it's not misleading the public. But he says they need to do it soon.
If you don't get in early before consumers' perceptions change, you can't stop it.
In East Lansing, Cody Butler, News 10.
Similar bills were introduced in the legislature in the last 2 years but never made it out of committee. A handful of states already have similar laws on the books. The FDA and USDA are working on how lab-based meat will be regulated once it's approved to be sold in the United States.